Welcome back, collective. I hope you guys are doing fabulous and definitely living the best version of your reality. I hope everything is doing well and going swell. And at the end of the day, I hope all of you are all balanced. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Harrison Joey. And for the ones that do, welcome back. If you are new here, if you resonate with my information, the downloads that I'm bringing to humanity and the collective, then feel free to subscribe and notify yourself. Hit the bell, like, share, comment down below. Tell me how it resonates with you. I like to know it all, okay? So, with that being said, yeah. We're gonna get into some things. Welcome to another divine feminine and divine masculine transmission. As I do have a download for you guys at this time, and I really just quickly want to go into what the fuck the moon is talking about at this time, and we'll go from there. We'll go from the moon, and then so we'll start with the sun, because the sun, we are in Libra season. We're about to go into Scorpio season, right? Yes. And divine masculine is trying to find balance between their old self and their new self, okay? Divine feminine, I kind of feel like they're doing the same thing, but in an emotional sense. You know, the old woman to the new woman, the little girl to the woman, to the young woman. Like you're going through this metamorphosis of like realizing that you were doing something the hard way. You were being something the hard way. Whether it was girlfriend, sister, mother, friend, like you were doing something the hard way, or just how you were loving yourself. You were just doing it the hard way, and now you're going through this transformation of how you're changing that. And divine masculine, you were doing something the hard way, but it had everything to do with balancing your old self and your new self, your old life and your new life, the old version of you and the new version of you, mentally and action oriented wise, right? Like the actions you're taking, the decisions you were making, the things you repetitively or stubbornly kept walking into and couldn't see the evidence, the proof in the pudding, what was really affecting you and why. Now that a lot of you can see that, now you can change it, okay? Yeah, so that's the sun and the moon, but astrologically speaking, with the moon, yeah, astro seek, let's see, astro seeking the moon and see where the fuck is at this time. It's a Leo. So a lot of you are putting down your guard. You're putting down your ego. You're kind of like not on the defensive mode, or not on the defensive side, and not trying to get, and not constantly being offended by what somebody is projecting, expressing, talking to you about. Whether it's their feelings, their thoughts, their mind, how they move, their actions, whatever it is, whether you're male or female. So with that being in Leo, the light is being shined a lot on what both people, whether male or female, are ignoring about themselves, connections, relationships, or situations that weren't allowing them to remove the pride, the ego, to then, i.e. move forward and propel and recalibrate and shift and transform. Because if you're still in your ego, you're gonna be in a very comfortable place, and when you get uncomfortable, then you get triggered, and some of you run back to the old version. A lot of you are learning not to run back to the old version, okay? You feel safe, exactly. in moments when you can impress others and get praise and admiration. But then you get uncomfortable when you're not the best version of yourself, when you have to admit that you're wrong, when you have to realize and reflect on the fact that you are the problem and you're this and you're that, right? Yet when you get into the spotlight, you may find yourself at a loss. Maybe you should admit your fear of criticism and your inability to accept criticism, whether it's coming from other people or yourself, divine masculine and divine feminine, right? It is very important to accept feedback and use it for improvement at all times, because you have to realize that you can't be telling other people to improve themselves when you're not even taking into consideration the things that you have to improve, right? Give me a second because I need some water. So with that being said, collective, almost tripped myself. Yeah, don't trip, because it's only going to trigger up things within yourself that need improving. The more you point the finger at what needs improving in somebody else's reality, emotional intelligence, mentality, their thoughts, their actions, it's only going to highlight more and put into the spotlight what you need improvement on. Okay? This is why ego can be a fucked up thing. So, the download. Be careful with your blood pressure, your blood rate, like your heart rate, blood circulation, asthma, breathing, blood pressure, like all of these things, be careful with it around this time, like when you're watching this reading, okay? Especially when it comes to other people and getting you worked up. Especially when it comes to people and it gets you all worked up and whatever that might be, a lot of you should start like being careful with your blood pressure and how you react to certain things, because you have to realize, baby girl, nigga man, y'all only getting older and your emotions affect you, especially the ones that a lot of you like to suppress them. So we're gonna just keep it at that, and we're gonna go to the download. But give me 1 second. So welcome back, and watch your reactions, right? Because a lot of you are being triggered on purpose at this time, whether it's you triggering you or other people triggering you. It's for a reason. We're not in those retrogrades that we're in anymore. You can't blame the retrogrades as to fucking why you're being triggered. Bitch, you're being triggered because it has everything to do with the reflection of yourself. Okay? The other thing, like I said in the beginning, stop trying to improve shit on a house or on a land that isn't yours. That's like you building a house and then going to the neighbor and see them building shit and be like, well, I think you should do X, Y. Bitch, did you buy that land? Do you have to pay those annual taxes? I don't think so. So you need to start worrying about what the fuck is on the side of your fence, divine masculine, divine feminine. Because at the end of the day, the only way that you can actually build a village is by tending to your house first and making sure that it's in accordance to what your standards and morals and shit is, and making sure that community and village is also on those standards and morals, meaning I'm gonna mind my fucking business, you do what the fuck you gotta do, as long as it don't bother me and it don't then okay, we benefit, all right, we don't, that we gotta set those rules and those boundaries and that shit, right? Okay, so which brings me to my next fucking thing. Where is it? Why I leave my phone on the floor? I don't know. Getting old, like I said. So download. Oh my god. Let's dance. Stop playing games with people who ignore the rules to the fucking game. Okay? Divine masculine, divine feminine. Stop playing games with people who ignore the rules to the game. Now, we can see this on a macro level or on a micro level. Macro level would be the fact that a lot of you need to stop fucking around with people that don't even respect the universal laws, baby. Okay? They're just walking around doing fucked up shit to people, being narcissistic, abusing shit, egotistical, only wanting to receive, never wanting to give, right? They don't understand the law of correspondence. They don't understand the law of balance, the law of one, the law of attraction, the law of all of these things. You can't fuck with people like that. Anyone who doesn't understand these concepts are not going to breed results that are in accordance with what you want to experience. I'm sorry that I'm the one to break it to you. Because if you can't even respect the natural laws of the universe or God or whatever you believe in, sweetheart, sugarfoot, what makes you think they're going to respect you? Or your boundaries, your reality, your children, your relationship goals, standards, morals, boundaries. I mean, we can go on. The list goes on. It goes on, sweetheart. It goes on. A lot of you don't realize, and if it's on a micro level, where these people can even follow protocol, state law, federal law. I mean, what do you think these people are going to bring into your reality? I want you to ponder on that. What do you get from somebody who doesn't have a problem ignoring or breaking the rules? There's rules in place for a reason. Isn't that what they say? And yes, we should always rebel, but we should always rebel when it comes to ourselves, not when it puts other people in jeopardy and disrespects them and their boundaries and what they got going on. Because now you're just overstepping free will. So ponder on that. Okay? I'm not going to last too long with the motherfucking download because I mean it's straight to the motherfucking point, very self-explanatory. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are resonating. Also know that in the links down there, right in the description box, there are links to my Patreon, patreon.com/thehierophant-joey. If you want extra readings, especially monthly zodiacs and things of that nature, and moon readings and ancestral readings and elemental readings, everything's over there. Okay? Private readings, the link is down there. TikTok, link is down there. Everything is down there. Just help yourself, okay? If you feel guided or by ancestor, spirit, God to donate, to support, you can do that also down there as well, okay? With that being said, let's go into prayer, and then we're going to go into the reading. I still don't know what cards, what deck, what message, what oracle spirit wants me to get into, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. I knew I was a little dim in this bitch. Okay? I'm like, why isn't my skin glowing like it's supposed to? You know? That spotlight.
Every time I come to my...
Here. So, okay. We're going to go into Archangel Metatron's Oracle for each archetypal energy of Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine. Let me just turn over these cards. We're going to go into prayer, and then we're going to see what Spirit has for you, each energy, and then how it correlates to each other for the people in relationships, and go into the tarot. And then we'll just pull a little, advice from the ethers and see how this all ends for y'all, okay? With that being said, time is fucking flying, y'all, okay? I don't even gotta watch, baby, because time is a man-made construct at this point. The way that I've lived 10,000 lives in 2 months is crazy. I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel that way as well. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for waking us up today, allowing us to be an extension of you, understanding, overstanding, and understanding that we're constantly connected to God, source, spiritual guides, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, anything that is high vibrational, to get these messages across to the collective of divine masculine and divine feminine, so they can be able to expand and evolve beyond what they can see in the space and time. Thank you for your love, your wisdom, and support every day. We're nothing without it, and definitely nothing without you. That is the sun, and the sun is me. It is the one, and it is thee. The one that gives us polarity in life and gave us evolution, polarity in night. Two lights that derive from the same source and makes us in his image from the ultimate force. It travels through space and archetypes of mind were here and below you can also find. As above, it is below. When we transcend, we return and regrow. Remind yourself of who you are as you come from the light of God, as you come from the shining star. So it be. Ashe. Okay, they want to start with divine masculine. I just got to download. Just know that when we are in divine season, like divine feminine season, divine masculine is going through the most. Physically. And emotionally. And mentally. And every aspect of themselves. So a lot of you need to be careful with the divine masculine's energy around this time. Or be careful with your own energy. It can be very sporadic, divine masculine. It can be very like, are you on the rag? You know what I'm saying? It can be very shifty. So just be aware of that. Divine masculine. What is the frequency, the energy around you at this time? Metatron's rainbow bridge. Always open. A lot of you are coming to the realization that you have to always be open to doing things another way. Divine masculine. Being another way. Being a father in another way. Being a friend in another way. A partner in another way. Romantically, a friend in another way. Like, you just have to always be open to knowing that there's always evolution and expansion in all aspects of yourself in each frequency, hence why the rainbow is here. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in your femininity, masculinity, your inner child, your higher self, your shadow self, whatever it is, divine masculine, you have to understand, overstand, and understand that the rainbow bridge is telling you that it is always open for you to dynamically and multidimensionally expand yourself. You don't have to constantly relive the same person, the same cycle, the same shit, the same results, the same this, the same that. The only reason why that is happening is because you're only operating from one frequency or one energy, or what you like to tell yourself, divine masculine. Well, that's all I know. Well, you're going to keep breeding, that's all I know. Okay? You can't breed different shit from the same frequency, from the same decision making, from the same accepting, from the same allowance of things, of people, situations, and things of your life, divine masculine. You can't do that. The bottom of the deck is talking about how you have to connect and attune yourself to the frequency that's going to bring you to the things, experiences, relationships, connections, friendships, and things that you want. You have to be that first to yourself, and then that follows within your reality. So a lot of you are going to be finding yourself making decisions that you never thought you would be making in 1,000 years. Pertaining to yourself, and most importantly to other people. Top of the deck, because you're going through a heart healing. Like I said, when it's divine feminine season, y'all be going through the most. Y'all can be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini for some of you. Okay? You're definitely going through some heart healing. You're healing your stubborn, petty ways. You're healing your repetitive ways. You're healing the stutter within your reality. that keeps bringing you back to the same cycle, the same hamster wheel. Some of you are saying shit with your chest. Some of you are feeling shit with your chest. Some of you are finally accepting shit with the chest. Okay. I love that for you. Divine Feminine. How do y'all fall into this energy of the rules and the games and the shit? I just heard Spirit say, now that you're a being of light, Divine Feminine, and some of you have healed your inner toxic masculine energy, you can't bend the rules to the game no more. That's not how reality works anymore. So, how do you like that? No manipulation, no controlling, no using information to your highest good despite everybody else's motherfucking feelings, emotions, actions, experience, reality. Okay? So let's go. Yeah, because now you are your authentic self. And then purity and innocence. So if you're in this purity and innocence energy, how the fuck are we going to still be doing fraudulent shit and then not expecting fraudulent shit from other people, Divine Feminine? It's crazy. You being fraudulent to yourself breaks the rules of how other people can be fraudulent to you. Hello? Is anyone there? The fuck? So let's pull your cards. Where we at? A message with love from Spirit. A lot of you are surrounded by your ancestors, spiritual guides at this time, God, right? Because you thought that being healed, being spiritual, being in your soft era was just being compassionate and kind and loving and light to everybody else. When in reality, you're fucking realizing that the joke is that you had to learn how to do that shit for yourself. Especially if you wanted other people to come in and do these things for you, Divine Masculine, a nigga, a masculine, a husband, whoever, a friend, your children. You want your children to be submissive to you, but you don't even know how to be submissive to you? Or your higher self? Or a nigga? I mean, I don't know. A Kundalini, untapped energy, bitch. You, at this point, Divine Feminine, you are literally realizing that you're in untapped energy of yourself. Damn, I could have done this shit a long time ago. If I wasn't so stubborn, if I wasn't so toxic, if I wasn't so masculine, if I wasn't so egotistical, if I wasn't so stuck on this is how it has to be, I could have been where I wanted to be. Right? Maybe you'll take that as a note for future references. You also have attune in connection. You want Divine Masculine to attune and connect to you, but you can even attune and connect to you. It's crazy, Divine Feminine. That's the overall energy between both of y'all. Because y'all both got the same card in the overall energy. It didn't change. If this is romantic, the reason why your relationships and connections are the way that it is because you can even attune to yourself, but you want other people to attune to you. It's like you literally trying to play FM radio on a radio that doesn't play fucking FM, bitch. You're telling this nigga to go to fucking Hot 106.3. This nigga can only go to 100.3. Like, you understand what I'm saying? 100.3. They can't get to 106.3, baby. And neither could you, because everything's a reflection of where you're at. And this is the problem when you're in your ego. The orange is also talking about the sacral chakra. Just because you're fucking someone, feeling something for someone, and all of this and all of that doesn't mean you own them. You don't own me. I'm not just one of your toys. You don't own me. I'm channeling that song. But this is only a reflection of how you don't even know how to own yourself. But trying to steadily own other people is crazy. I don't know, collective. We gotta get this shit the fuck together. Y'all can't be wanting people, situations, connections, and relationships to play by the rules. And y'all don't even play by your own motherfucking rules. So we have the High Priestess, Pisces, Cancer energy, and then, yeah, Cancer energy with the Eight of Cups. So somebody is finally making the emotional decision to walk away from something here. They know that this is never going to become a positive thing where they're going to be able to benefit from, so they're walking away. But I don't feel like they're walking away from you, collective. I feel like they're walking away from something that stops them from benefiting from their own life. Their own things that they got going on at this present time. The Four of, yeah, they're just emotionally tired and done dealing with the same shit. You have the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, some of you, okay, so we have Capricorn, and then we have Four of Cups is Cancer. So this is just somebody finally being like emotional, like finally. Like finally. This should have happened a long time ago, or whether this is divine masculine or divine feminine. Whether you're watching somebody having to walk away from something, you're like finally, and whether it's you finally picking up the strength or having the realization to walk away from something, you're like finally. This is you having a conversation to yourself, or somebody having this feeling for you, like, okay, nigga, bitch, like, okay. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands, 11-11, you're finally aligning to what it is that you're supposed to be aligning to, and then the Two of Pentacles making the harmonious change. This or that. You finally pick that instead of this, right? And then you have the Six of Cups, which is an emotional satisfactional thing, like it's an emotional success. It's an even trade. It's like, okay, I know that if I do this, I'm going to get what I want out of this, because I'm also applying what I want out of this, not only to myself, but to what I want it from. The Ace of Swords. Somebody's, okay, so this is the truth. What is the truth? The Ten of Cups. The reason why somebody's not happy. The Four of Cups. Yeah, not happy. And then the Chariot. And the reason why they have to move on. Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Somebody's not happy with what they're doing or who they're with, and they're finally realizing that I have to leave this if I want to move forward. I feel like I'm stuck in time. Oh, some of you, you're realizing that if me and my family, if my loved ones don't move away from this state, from this location, from this environment, we're going to keep experiencing the same shit. This could be a family affair, like a divine masculine, divine feminine having a conversation. This could be you, a divine masculine, or divine feminine having a conversation of wanting to expand where you live. Ace of Swords, happiness, the Chariot. Was at the bottom, the Ace of Wands, and then the Emperor. Somebody taking the leadership within the next steps that are going to be taken to be able to recreate the reality, the decision, the environment, the space. Yeah, this could be also somebody leaving something that was very toxic, negative, wasn't bringing them happiness, leaving something behind, someone behind, a certain arrangement behind, and then going to something else that's gonna help them propel forward. Because now they're following the rules of the universe. Now they know the rules of the game. That fell out very interestingly. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Somebody's sick and tired of being somebody's like bank, and realizing that the reason why they can't financially move forward is because they're constantly financially financing, supporting, helping somebody else here. There's an argument. The King of Wands. We have Leo. Somebody standing their ground. They're confidently making a decision here, and they're gonna stick to it. Because with the Queen of Swords, they're disconnecting. The Knight of Swords is like somebody like trying to combat the inevitable. It's just going to happen. You're going to get left. This is the truth. This is what needs to happen. This is whatever this is. Like, you can't stop it from happening. They're trying to hold on to something, a result. Someone not leaving, someone not changing, someone not expressing a truth, or the fact that they have to create or do something else. Whatever this is, it's like you can't change that. This is universally like written. It's gonna happen whether you like it. The Strength in reverse. This person is very weak without that person, that situation, that thing that they hold on to. And in the Eight of Pentacles, this is them in the universe forcing them to do the work that they were always using everybody else to do for themselves. And this is why they're acting the way that they are, is because they know that they're going to have to put themselves in overdrive to be able to do the things that they always got everybody else to do for them. And then the judgment, that's going to be their judgment day. Is having to go through every other thing that manipulated everybody else into doing for them, when they should have either learned to do it for themselves, given it to themselves, learn how to love themselves, finance themselves, support themselves, not lie to themselves, or give themselves strength. Instead, they were trying to do that and get that from everybody else. Whether it was a friendship, relationship, family member, it doesn't matter. This is all different for everybody. And then the King of Swords is literally disconnecting. The King of Swords don't play. It's about the truth, and then the Emperor and knowing the steps you're about to take next. And then the Devil, because you're like, yeah, I'm no longer being manipulated by my own ego or this person's ego, vice versa. Take it as it resonates for any of you, right? What is the advice for this reading? The Thunder. Bottom of the deck with the overall energy is soul retrieval. Somebody is retrieving their soul because they have retrieved the universal laws of self and how everything works around them. Right now, you know how to play the game, so now you're back in the game. But once you start breaking the rules start breaking you. right? So you are retrieving your soul metamorphosis, like I said in the beginning, the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis or whatever it's called. The top of the deck is the staff. It's grounding, finding groundedness, seeing the higher perspective and being able to play the game because you are in the higher perspective, right? It's like the ones that aren't in the game are in the podium and they're asking like, what the fuck is this person doing? But they don't know the strategy. The person playing on the field knows the strategy, so you know the rules of the game, so you know what the fuck you're doing now because you're on a higher perspective. The thunder though, number 56, which is number 11. Legends speak of great thunder beings who live in the sky and call for your attention when great occurrences are meant to happen in the world or in your world. They warn when tensions in a situation are called upon to be released. Their presence in your reading reminds you of the dramatic moments in life that changes everything. Both awesome and frightening when thunder arrives. It is also a wake up call, okay? One that you will not soon forget. The invitation is when thunder comes into your reading, collective, it refers to a big dramatic change that feels like a herd of wild bison on the run. You feel it right through your bones, and you know that you are powerless to influence whatever events have been set into motion by God, the universe, or this thunder. This is a time to be prepared for anything. Your life is an adventure, and wonderful opportunities are arriving now. The trick is to learn to run with them. Qualities that you'll need now more than ever are flexibility, dexterity, de- dexterity, and a willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form opportunities will come. Your destiny is arriving. Be ready. Do you feel like unnecessary drama is waylaying your life? Could you be exhausted from listening to others tell you their never ending victim story? Or could you be telling yourself a version of the same to yourself? It's time for an about face. You're being warned that to continue on this path will cause you to regret your choices, like I said at the beginning of this reading. Even if they appear benign or familiar, it's time to say no to drama, both yours and others. Focus on solutions rather than problems. You are worthy of a drama free life. You just have to follow the rules so the rules don't break you. I love you, collective. Let me know down in the comments how this reading served you in some way, shape, or form. If you resonate, like, share, comment, subscribe, notify yourself, hit the bell, do all of that. If you want a private reading, the link is in the description box. I love you from the depths of my soul. I'll see you next time. And see you next time. Bye.